if they were to choose to sell up now, they'd have more money than what we've spent on this entire project. There is no risk when you are trying to make yourself happier every day. The risk, I think, is not doing that.ที่นี่ไหม These are all in pots, simply because we've been waiting for the rainy season to start before we plant them in the farm. Hello, Mark. It actually beats any swimming pool I've ever been in, hands down. Even with the fish splashing about at my feet. I don't know where we're getting that plunge pool built, actually. Probably could have saved some money there, not bothered. Maybe we'll fill it with ice and an invigorating morning ice bath, perhaps. Let's see how these mangoes are doing. This is my favourite tree, this, because it's one of the few trees that survived last year's flood, apart from the banana trees. I can only see one mango. Two bananas there. We'll take them with us. We've dug this pond ourselves, the front one, and I don't know why. It probably makes no actual logical sense, but there's some comfort in that. Knowing that we dug it kind of means that there's no monsters lurking at the bottom of it in my mind. I responded to somebody in the comments this week and somebody said, oh, I'd be scared to swim in there because of the snakes. I hate snakes as well. But they all swim on top of the water. And then I suddenly thought, fuck me, anacondas don't, do they? I don't know if they are specifically in northeast Thailand. Christ, if anybody knows the answer to that, please don't comment about it unless it's a definitive no, they're not here. If it's a yes, maybe, or definitely they live here, please don't comment, because it's going to ruin my life, because I love going in this pond. While I'm here, let's just have a look. There's not been very much happen at the house over this last week. There's been an Isan festival over the last few days. I think it is just Isan. I don't think it's the whole of Thailand. And anyway, as a result of that, we've had no builders in for about 4 days, but a little bit more done in here. They've started the sink and the divider for the shower and some floor tiles as well. I don't think there's anything new happened upstairs. Oh, other than they've tiled the front balcony now. Yeah, they've put tiles down on here. Nothing much happened in here. Again, sink and the shower divider. Quiet few days. Do a very brief kind of a backstory as to how myself and my wife have wound up in the situation that we're in with this land in Thailand and building a house and trying to make it self-sustainable, off-grid and all the rest of it, you know. It does take a lot to up sticks and just leave halfway around the world and start again. And the way we've done it is not without its risks. We had a couple of hospitality businesses in the UK and we were doing well. But then obviously COVID came, we had to close both businesses that we were running. Boris has told everybody to shut.
Cafes, pubs, bars and restaurants to close tonight as soon as they reasonably can and not to open tomorrow.
Fucking Boris. Anyway, so I lost all faith in what we were doing and I lost all faith in the very foundations that our business was built upon. We made the decision to sell up. So we'd already bought the land cheap with the intention of doing something there when we kind of conventionally retired. You know, which the plan was to be in our mid-50s when that was to happen. We didn't own property in the UK. Oh, ice cream man. We'd made the decision to step out of this system. So this is why I want to stress about it being financially attainable. What we've spent on this entire project, from buying the land, landscaping that land, and the actual building of the house, including the full off-grid solar system and digging the water from the well, or everything, is less than £100,000. Now, look, 100 grand is a lot of money. I understand that. But you also have to understand we do not, and we've never owned property in the UK. The businesses that we had, they were on commercial lease agreements. We never owned the freehold, we owned the leasehold. Okay, so we were renting the buildings. I'm 43 and a lot of my friends who I grew up with, who are the same age as myself, are now 20 years into a 25-year mortgage. If they were to choose to sell up now, they'd have more money than what we've spent on this entire project. That's why I'm trying to say it is financially attainable. We've not retired in the conventional sense.
And this means you when you are old.
What we've chosen to do is to retire from the system that we were in the UK. We've gone from it. Now, until our farm is profitable, both of us have to return to the UK, perhaps once a year for 2 months-ish, to earn some money. You know, that's the reality of this. That's why I say we've not conventionally retired. We've just chosen a different, less walked path for the years of 40 to the end. Recently hit 5,000 subscribers. So for everybody who has given me a thumbs up or has pressed that subscribe button, thank you from the bottom of my heart. 10,000 is the next what I'm aiming for. So thank you for your support, it means the world. The average price of a house in the United Kingdom is about £300,000. And if you have to live your entire life in a situation where you're not completely happy, to be able to pay that off and then just keep your fingers crossed that you don't get screwed over by the government when it comes to pension age, like they've done in France just in this last month. You know, Macron's increased the age of the retirement, hasn't he? And that's why there are riots in Paris right now.
Between protesters and riot police!
They can do whatever the fuck they want, and you can't do very much about it other than remove yourself from that system of control. And that's what I've done, and I see it as far less of a risk to do something that makes me happy every day whilst I'm still young enough to backtrack a little bit if needs be, you know? I don't see that as a risk. Can't beat Hello Kitty seats. This is my it's my wife's daily car, but it actually belongs to my wife's daughter, and she's typical Thai girl, loves anything pink and a little bit tacky, you know. She's 25, I mean. There is no risk when you are trying to make yourself happier every day, and that's all I'm doing. The risk, I think, is not doing that. So what do you tell? Popcorn nightcap. Even though we've not figured out exactly how to stay here, you know, permanently and not return to the UK, even though we've yet to figure that out, and that's why I say there's still an element of risk in what we've done. But all that aside, this is where I'd rather be.